Welcome, all you toxic man babies, to the Drunk 3PO channel.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Today, I'm going to take the privileged checklist according to the Walt Disney World Company. If you didn't know, this was floating around for a little bit, and this was released. Apparently, the Walt Disney World Company has a training to help you understand your privilege and understand things that YouTube probably doesn't want me to say. This was it here. Reimagine Tomorrow, where we all belong. The Walt Disney Company. A lot of people found this very shocking, how deep this goes and how woke it goes, I guess. And I asked a cast member over that I know really well here on the Florida side. I asked him, like, is this real? Like, is this real? And that person told me, said, haven't seen it here, but I have heard that over there on the West Coast of things that, yeah. So it's talking about equality, things like that. They also have broken things down into different groups, racially segregated infinity groups for minority employees that can help them if they feel like they're not being treated fairly, I guess. So I'll just do these real quick and we'll go to the checklist. Hola is the Hispanic Latino group. They also use the word Latinx. I'm saying most of my Latin friends hate that term. So if you're not one of them, just let me know in the comment section below. It's a learning experience. This is all learning experience for me. Hispanic Organization for Leadership and Advancement. For Asian, they call it Compass. Community of Pacific Islanders, Asian and Allies. And for Black talent, they call it Wakanda. Imagine having a problem with your boss and they go to the Wakanda group. They'll help you there. All right, here is the self-assessment checklist on how privileged I am. So I'll take it for myself. You can follow along, or you can just soak your head in water at some of this ridiculousness, I say. Number one, I am white. Right off the bat, if you check that, you're privileged. I've never been mocked for my accent. I mean, I've been to Georgia a few times, tried to order some food. They laughed at my accent. Called me a city slicker. I don't know. What does ever that mean? I have never been told I sound white. What does that mean? How do you sound white? Okay. This here is about sexuality. They really want to know about your sexuality. I am a heterosexual. So if you're heterosexual, you have privilege. And we need to stop that, apparently. Like, I've never had to come out. I've never doubted my parents' acceptance of my sexuality. Wow. I've never been violently threatened because of my sexuality. So if I've never been threatened because I'm a heterosexual, I have privilege. Here's a good one. I am a man. You have privilege. This is all about gender. I've never had to change because I have never tried to change my gender, I have privilege. Again, are we just talking America here? Because I've traveled the world and... All right. I make more money than my professional counterparts of a different gender. No. I've never been catcalled. I actually have been catcalled. I still do. I don't have student loans. Well, I'll tell you this right now. I'm going to have student loans till they put me in the grave, baby. So My parents pay some of my bills. My parents have never paid any of my bills, ever. I don't rely on public transportation. I mean, I used to. I have never felt poor. I wonder what that means. I've known people that have more than me say they felt poor. So is that a perspective? Huh. Here's some interesting ones. I had a car in high school. No, I never had. I graduated college. Yeah, community. I didn't go to an elite college, but because I graduated college, I have privilege. Well, okay. I've always had cable or internet. Now, that's an interesting one because at least where I live, there's a lot of places you could go to have access to the internet for free. And they're also putting up hotspots everywhere. It's not the fastest in the world. You can't like hook up your Xbox and start playing, but if you need it, it's there. I have frequent flyer miles. So I have privilege. So because I decided to save up my money, work hard, in some instances, work 3 jobs at one point in my life so I could travel and build up those miles that I could use today, I have privilege. All right. My parents are still married. What does that have to do with anything? My parents are both alive. I have privilege now. All right. According to Disney. Here we go into like learning disabilities and eating disorders, depression. This one is I can afford a therapist. There's many programs out there that if you can't afford a therapist, you can get one. I've never had an addiction, so that makes me privileged because I never had an addiction. I got an addiction. I've got an addiction to looking good. Does that count? All right, that was stupid. That's why I couldn't even say it before. This one's all about religious beliefs. Being attacked. I'm not nervous at airport security lines. So I have privilege. I've never been called a terrorist. Okay, so we kind of know what group they're talking about here. I was not bullied as a child for any of my identities. I wonder. I don't think I've ever met anyone who has never, ever experienced even a small taste of bullying in their life. It's just, but they could be out there. But this is the checklist. So imagine filling this out, then going back to Disney, your employer, and saying, I'm sorry. And then they keep it on file. So when they have to look for other positions, they can go, Jay, you're a little more privileged than this person, so we're going to give it to them. Even though you might be more qualified, but we're going to give it to them. Anyway, what do you guys think? That's the video. I don't know what to say, but I wanted to take the assessment. Maybe you took it with me. Where do we go from here? What is happening? Oh, what do we do now? That's all I got. Whew. I'm sorry for my privilege.